we have seen what lurks behind all our negative emotions, which I have shared with you all. I was mainly focusing on what's the root cause of all these negative qualities. The root cause is fear. The only cause that doesn't allow us a life worth living, a life well lived, a life lived with clarity, rests on courage. Just as fear is the one that fuels all the negatives, courage is the one that nurtures all the positive qualities. Confusion never gives birth to fearlessness. Every time virtue stands on all the fine virtues, they stand on the foundation of clarity, courage, and confidence. Look very closely, and every virtue turns out to be a form of courage. For example, surrender is the courage to loosen your hold on what you are most certain that you must protect. Courage to surrender means drop all the protections. Simplicity is the courage to be your actual size, your authentic self, rather than the size you perform for others. Compassion is the courage to feel what another feels with no glass left between you. Means absolute transparency. Patience is the courage to stay in the field when the harvest is still invisible. That's also related to trust and faith. To embrace the good, then is to act before the fear has finished speaking, with the will of deliberately that is loosened up. There is a spare definition in Sahaj Marg. Courage. Courage arrives the moment you have set down the sense of your own importance. The smaller the I, becoming humble, the freer the hands. You won't grab something and attach yourself then, see. There is a question I want to leave with you, and I will not answer it at this moment. And that question for all of you is this very simple question. What is it that you are most afraid of? Hold on to this question. We'll return to it later. You possess something most people spend a lifetime seeking and never find it. You have found Sahaj Marg. On top of that, you have been endowed with the capacity which is not ordinary. It is an extraordinary capacity granted by the masters, where you sit quietly, you turn inward, and you have learned to share that stillness, that inner wealth with another heart. That is not a small achievement. A preceptor is not someone who has fully arrived, I agree. Even masters, they keep evolving. A trainer or a preceptor is someone who has begun sincerely and is willing to walk alongside someone who is just setting out. My young preceptors, we are all young, and you may think you have little to offer, very little to offer perhaps. In truth, you carry the brightest fire, the burning instinct in this whole family of Sahasmarg. From the many Abhyasis, sisters and brothers with whom I have shared most of my life, I have learned more than I can say, that keep a learner's heart, and you can learn from every source that there is. The moment you believe you know it all, not even God can educate you. Today, I would like to speak to you about two movements of the heart. One of them asks for confidence, the other for courage. They look like opposites, but they are not. They are the same single gesture seen from two different sides. The very first movement is setting down what is small in us. The irritation, habit to compare, the hunger to be noticed, the old quiet fear that we are not enough. That feeling should go. Here is the secret the scriptures keep circling back, and I want you to receive it earlier. You do not conquer a fault, whatever it be, by fighting with it. The harder you press against it, the harder it presses back, and the knot only tightens. Babuji showed this with great clarity. Our very effort to free ourselves can bind us further, because we are too focused. Let go, dissolve. So we declare no war on our own darkness. You cannot. We simply have to bring light, and the darkness discovers it has nowhere left to stand. This is why the work asks for confidence rather than struggle. Confidence is the calm certainty that the light is already within, and that it is far stronger than anything it is asked to dissolve. Now we come to the second movement of the heart. It's taking up what is large in us, great qualities. And here is where courage enters. The ancients placed abhaya, means fearlessness, at the very head of the list of divine qualities. Not at the end as a reward, but at the very first step, the head of the door. And notice what kind of fearlessness they meant, not the loud kind, not the one that shouts, not the one that needs audience. I asked some young people what frightened them the most, and they spoke of failure, of rejection, of being not recognized perhaps. What if none of that frightened you any longer, and you carried instead a single fear, the fear of wasting this life? Let me repeat. What if none of those things frightened you? Fear of failure or fear of being rejected? Then the only fear I would say left with all of us will be the fear of wasting this life. When you fear the waste of this one human birth more than any smaller defeat, that is the moment courage is born in you, rather it should born in you. Imagine you had to repeat your kindergarten for 3 years. Isn't it laughable? Or your first grade in the school. you have to repeat for 3 years. I think you can be forgiven because you are such an innocent child. But at this age, when your ignorance as an adult who knowingly repeats foolishness, I think they are shooting themselves. No one else you can blame. Now we are here talking of the second movement of the heart. Let courage keep the good company with us. Also along with it will go long way. Viveka, discernment. It must walk along with courage. So that bravery always asks the simple question, why am I doing this? Courage without discernment can make you quite corrupt. When you become fearless and you are not able to discriminate between right and wrong and you choose to do wrong thing, in that scenario, courage will be disastrous. It can be suicidal. So humility must walk with it, with courage. Without humility, this courage is only the ego in a thicker coat. The truly brave heart is like a lion, full of strength and gentle in its manner. That gentleness is not weakness. Soft-hearted person is not a weak person. You see the trees or the grass, strong, erect, long trees, when the typhoon comes, they get destroyed. But humble grass lasts forever, despite of typhoons. This softness is a strength that has nothing left to prove. That's a proof in itself, your softness. I'll tell you what you already half know. A trainer or our preceptor is like a flame that carries a specific condition. You carry that light to another, and in carrying this and transferring that light, not only changes the other, but you are also changed. The more freely you give it, the brighter it burns in you. Let me share something what Lalaji said, that the perfect trainer is one who, in a sense, no longer exists, meaning is totally transparent. Having stepped so quietly aside, doership is gone, that the work passes through without obstruction. Do not be in a hurry to be important. Be in a hurry to be transparent, being humble. You do not have to manufacture good qualities one by one, like a person assembling himself from spare parts, love, courage, faith, trust, surrender. We don't have to collect them, though they are important. As the heart is being cleaned, they arrive on their own. Clarity comes, confidence comes, courage comes. A deep calm prevails, and with it a contentment that asks for nothing. You do not build all these things, you make room for them. In truth, you are born to them. Now we return to the question I left you with. What are you most afraid of? Let me offer you the only fear worth keeping. Let it be the fear of leaving this gift unopened, of standing at the end of a life with the lamp still in your hand, unlit. Everything else, set it down with confidence. This one precious life, take it up with courage. You are young, your hands are steady, your hearts are warm, and the lamps around you. They are all waiting for you to lift them up. But how can you lift the others until your light within is brighter enough? So go and share with great joy in your heart. The joy is contagious, and your joyful heart will attract the grace from above, and your work will be done. Setu.
Thank you
Is
so much,
Nanu awake?
Daaji.
Call him.
Thank you so
Please
much.
continue. Continue.
Yes, thank you so much, Daaji, for these wonderful words. A lot of food for thought for all of us. We had prepared some questions, but they have been actually answered by your speech, by your talk. So I don't think it would be necessary to ask you any more questions after the wonderful talk that you have given to us today.
God bless you.
So we will see you maybe at another preceptor seminar or at any other time, whenever it comes.
Let us see. Yeah, yeah.